Lagos. I'm the HR officer.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nathaniel Omotundun Taiwo. I'm a learning and development specialist with 7 years plus experience. I work with Alvin Gray and Associates as the head of recruitment and training. Thank you.
So in case we need your services, you are telling us number of years of experience. You must pay for the advert.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria Lighton Adetula. I work with the Nigerian Postal Service in the Human Resource Department.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Richard Timidobin Green. I work with Federal Polytechnic of Oil and Gas, Bonny, as the Senior Assistant Registrar and also the Council Affairs Officer. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Good morning, all. I'm Yusuf Hafiz Adeleke, Assistant Chief Admin Officer, Office of Head of Civil Service of Federation, Abuja.
Applause for him, please. Yes.
Good morning, all.
Good morning,
I am Chima Ononiwu, a staff of Performance Management Department, Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation. Thank you.
Applause. Next person, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Justice Seriawanye. I'm a human resource developer with Linz Consult Abuja, proprietor and chief learning officer of Luminance Foundational Schools, Edo State.
All of you from Abuja, did you come with the same flight? Because you line up as if you came to the same flight.
Good morning, all. My name is Solomon Bisabi, Chief HRM, FEMA, Lagos.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Otubere Akumabo. I'm the HR Admin Manager of ATO Architects.
Good to have you, ma'am.
Good morning, all. My name is Emeko Joy Ogugwa. I work with Federal Ministry of Education and I teach in King's College, Lagos. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Adetunji Omorisola Lois. I work with Federal Information Center, Lagos. I'm a Assistant Chief Information Officer. Thank you.
Your colleague.
Good morning, everyone.
That's my colleague.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Toluwani Oshibote. I'm a compliance officer at Zenith Bank.
Sorry. You're not rapping. No, we want to hear you. You know, Nigerian music, when you don't rap, nobody bother about what they say. It's not the everybody just dance. But this one, we want to hear.
My name is Oshibote Toluwani Williams.
Thank you.
I'm a compliance officer, law enforcement unit at Zenith Bank.
Zenith Bank. You must comply with all these charges I'm getting. I've noted you. I'll meet you after this program.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Timlane James, People Operations Business Partner for Silverback Communications Limited.
STV.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Basirat Sadiq, PAR Registrar's Office, University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Domingola Ulushola Abdurazak. I'm working with National Commission for Mass Literacy, Adult and Non-Formal Education, Admin Department. Thank you.
Applause to you. Applause.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Josephine Adedoyin Derinde. I'm an HR officer and operation head, diversity talent management. We recruit for companies across the 36 states. And I'm also a business associate of Figurewise Consulting Limited. Thank you.
CV in brief.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chikeka Lorita Mary. I am the Human Resource Manager at Digit Vant Microfinance Bank. Thank you.
Celebrate you. We celebrate you. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ogunri Diola Inka, Assistant Director, Human Resources Management, FEMA, Lagos.
FEMA again.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Akaneme Precious. I work with Dangote Group. I'm a payroll officer for Dangote Coal and Granite Mines. I'm also the SAP HR Master Data.
Celebrate you. You're welcome. Okay, so you can't talk about cement now. So since you are for other things.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Aroya Ines Dr. Becky Olivokola, the Group Managing Director of Picasso Group and the President CEO.
of MSR Group. Thank you.
Wow. Good to have you, man. Okay, that should be all. All right. Don't worry. I'll leave the issue of the talk for later. Permit me to welcome to this table as a way of representing ourselves on this table in no particular order. Let's have Johnson Olani Fadiji. Applause for that person. Please. Okay, permit me to say you should come this way. Please come to the extreme. Yes. So that I can put. Thank you. Okay, can I have, with a good applause, please? Juliet Nhoma Megoma. Am I correct? What happened? What's happening here? Okay, can I have okay, let me put the two ladies together. Dr. Becky Olubukola. Who is that? Oh, the Highness. Okay. You're welcome. Please, this way. Please celebrate her one more time for me. I want her to get here before I do the last one. Celebrate her once again. At least as Her Royal Highness. How do you know? But I heard her when she was talking earlier. All right. I hope you don't have plenty of entourage outside.
They are, but it's fine.
Okay. They should just endure. You are safe. You are safe here. All right. Please permit me, if you don't mind, can you be all upstanding? So I do this last call. I want to especially welcome to this table somebody that, while we are all important, but by virtue of his personality and the role that he plays, permit me to welcome to this table the president of Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management. The president himself of Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management is here live and direct. Permit me as I welcome Dr. Samuel Olufemi Omayeli. Celebrate him, please. Celebrate him, please. If you're not clapping, you're not going to be inducted. Even our Royal Highness is clapping because she wants to be inducted. All right, thank you very much for that. Thank you. I appreciate you. May please have your seats. Thank you. May please have your seat. Thank you very much. All right, deliberately I had to do that because you've got to give honor to whom honor is due. And apart from that also, we need to understand the fact that when you come for events like this, you must understand that deliberately there's a focus that you must go after. And the focus is none other than to have the impartation that you expect. Because you have not come here to play. You have not come here to just gather to see faces. That is why we do this introduction for you to know the kind of calibers of people that you are here under the same roof with. So it's not just about certificate, like I always say, it's about certificate. Yes. It's not just about certificates, it's about certificate. And I'm sure you understand what I meant by that certificate. It's what to sabi, permit me to use that slang, is what you know. So it's not just about certificate. I know quite a lot of people appreciate certificate. But listen, Nigeria inclusive is diving towards a no certificate environment where it has to become, let's test you, you know to do it, we'll give it to you. And we expect that human resource managers, leaders, coordinators, directors, you have come here to add value to yourselves, to understand the fact that what matters to you is the people, because the money can only be made by the people. Money does not make money by itself. Somebody must work it for it to work. If this light is not switched on, this place will remain dark until somebody worked it. So the same thing we're here to let us understand this morning, that we're here for a good time together. Like I said earlier, I know some of you had a time out with the facilitator yesterday when you had your pre-induction program with her. But today we're going to have another good time together with the intention that we're going to have good communication with her wherever she is. But now, before we do that, permit me to do an invite to this microphone for the welcome address. Permit me to applaud the president of the Institute, Dr. Samuel. Good to have you, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, sir.
May I stand on existing protocol by recognizing my colleagues who are seated. We are colleagues. Thank you. I have a very long speech here, but I will summarize.
Better.
Because this is not the time for everybody's busy. And as human resource experts, we are expected to manage everything that has to do with the resources that are embedded in human being. However, it is a tradition. The Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management has presented and commenced her chartership in the House of Representatives, House Bill number 319/2009. This is a registered trademark of the HRM Professional and Certification Institute. The institute is deeply rooted legally via the registration under the Companies and Allied Matters Act, laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004. I am therefore full of gladness in my heart that the activities and induction of the distinguished and eminent individuals here in present has all the elements of legitimacy. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome on board. It is a great honor for me to stand before you here today, before directors, assistant directors, to conduct the induction of this institute. We live in a global world, a world that is driven by idea. We live in a world where idea is the main thing. But without the human element, no matter how beautiful the ideas are, the human factor is very critical. The most important, the most complex, the most unpredictable, and the sweetest of all the resources you have in any organization is the human element, the human resource. There has been this debate over whether it should be human resources or human capital or human accounting. Whatever balance you find yourself, the most important thing is that you are dealing with the human part of the organization here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all privileged to be here today, not because we have degrees that are better than what other people or people in other fields are parading, but because we are determined to get to the root. And as the president of this institute, I want to tell you here today that we cannot do it alone. We need every member of the institute on board. And this is supposed to be an opening remark, but I'll chip in one or two words. By the grace of God, any moment from now, the chapters in the different parts of the Federation will be inaugurated. We'll start with Abuja. Then we'll begin to drive them towards where we have heavy clusters. But this is not supposed to be part of the welcome speech, but let me chip in that. I want to assure you that being a member of this institute, you can compete globally anywhere you find yourself. For being a member of this institute, you are a brand manager of the human aspect of the organization. Do not see yourself as someone who is a second-class citizen in the practice of human resource management. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Governing Council of the Institute, I declare this induction open. Thank you. Enjoy yourself.
All right. Once again, help me celebrate my president once again, please, with a good applause. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that. I call it a abridged version of the speech, which is good because we've got to keep moving. You see, everything you experience about life, or in life rather, there is always something to learn about it. I tell people that in everything, there are two things about life: how to and how not to. Whether it's good or it's bad. It's always two. Now, which one to do is now is determined by your choice. That's exactly what you just did. You said, okay, because of time, let me just do this way, and it's done with it. You can't tell me you didn't pick something from what he said. He has talked about the institute, he has spoken about the plans of the institute, he has spoken about the integrity of the institute, he has spoken about a few things that will be coming up also. Now, without taking time, we're going to go straight to the paper presentation. Like I said earlier, I'm going to say quickly that please, if you have questions in the course of this presentation, note it down in your jotters, those of you on site, and those of you online, just put it in the chat box. We're going to see it here, and we're going to take action right away, or as permitted by the facilitator herself. Okay, and to do that today, permit me to welcome to take over from here, from the Secretariat, our dear facilitator, the 9th and current, the 10th Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Institute of Training and Development, NITAD. In fact, also she's a doctoral fellow of this institute, in person of Mrs. Abike Ayoade Igbeyi. Help me celebrate her as she takes over from me from here.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone, those on site and those online. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up in her. Those on site, just do that. Thank you. You can hear me. I can see somebody there. Thank you. Thank you. And those who are online, if you can hear me, give me a digital. Adiza Musa, thank you. So if you can hear me, if Adiza could hear me and people on site can hear me, I'm good to go. So good morning, everyone. Barika Day, Azami, and blessed Easter season to all of us. So those who met me yesterday, thank you for being here, and I'm so delighted. See the sea of heads in the hall. See the number of people online. That shows CIHRM is catching fire, and the fire must burn very bright. And how would it burn bright if we seated there and those online do not contribute our quota, do not do what we need to do to make this institute a place of choice? We need to be there. We need to showcase ourselves. We need to showcase that there's something, there's a value that, or values that we are able to get from this institute. Don't just sit down there and say, I parade myself as an associate, a graduate, a member, a fellow, or a doctoral fellow. Show it. Impact. And that is why we are here. Thank you for being part of the CIHRM family. God bless us all. So I'm going to start sharing my slides so that we enjoy ourselves like we did yesterday night, where we separated the boys from the men. So I want to share my slides. If you see my slides, so please just give me a thumbs up Those who are on site or online, you can see my slides. Just give me a thumbs up. So we're going to start and we're going to enjoy ourselves. So, and as I told my people yesterday, all of you are my people, that in adult class, Baba no dey fail. All answers are correct. There's no nonsense question or no nonsense answer. Remove the none from the nonsense and leave the sense with us. Everybody is a winner. So please, let's soak ourselves in and know as much as we can from this presentation like we did yesterday night. So welcome on board. That's what are we going to talk about this morning? We're going to talk about how we manage community of people in the workplace. That is different teams. And thank God, the potpourri of people that I heard people introduce themselves this morning, I see that the network is large. Our network is large. At the end of this presentation, the Institute will add us to the I think the Telegram as well as WhatsApp group, where your network will be so large and you will not even, you'll be overwhelmed on what to do with the network. And one thing you need to go away with that network is that collaborate. Royal Highness is there. Directors are there from the Federal Ministry, Abuja People Connection. Collaborate. For collaboration rules the world. Collaboration rules the world. Don't joke with your network. So that is why we're talking about HR. What do we do? You need to build a people management. It could be, call it human resource. What I love about what the president said was that, my president said was that, the human being has so much resources in us. So if you want to say the human resources, not, we are not the resource, it is that resources that we bring to bear wherever we find ourselves. That is why maybe they quickly concluded that it's human resource, human capital, human management, whatever it is, whatever resources that you have inside of you, use it to build a team, a people management community, that community in the workplace. And you will just sit down and results will start coming in, because people judge you by the results and you cannot just sit down there. And if there's no result, forget it. So on a lighter note, the immediate vice president shook my hand in 2017. And since that time, I've not washed his hand. So I throw the anointing, catch it. You may be the next person shaking the hands of the current vice president or the president himself. So catch the anointing. So let's move on. What do we want to do this morning? We are talking about building a people management community in the workplace. And well, let's open the box, open the agenda. We talk about definitions of personnel managers, human resource management professionals, and human resource management consultant. Some of us are still being addressed as personnel managers in some of the organizations we find ourselves. Never mind, even if they don't call you HR, you are still relating with people. Then relationship, we talk about relationship between employee life cycle and human resource management. Then we talk about teaming. How do you manage teams in the workplace, whether in private sector or public sector, wherever you find yourself, you must work with teams. Then we talk about employee engagement and empowerment. And what is the difference between engagement and empowerment? You need to talk about that and know how you empower people. What type of empowerment are we talking about here? Then we talk about the bottom-up approach to managing people. Honestly, I love this topic. All what we are going to talk about are just bits and pieces of what we do. We cannot exhaust this because these are L&D topics on their own, and you need to be able to take them one after the other. Training in these areas will help us to understand more what we are talking about. When we put all of this together and see how we now develop a new mindset. How do we develop a new mindset? We'll discuss, we ask questions. As we move on, we'll ask questions. And when some of the questions border on the institute or any other thing, I'll throw it back to the president to answer on my behalf. So I love this slide. Those who were with me yesterday saw the slide. I always start most of my presentations with this. It's a simple truth about life. You are paid to produce results, whether you pay yourself salary from wherever in your own organization, or you are in self-employment, or you are in paid employment. But for whatever it is, we are meant to produce results. Even those who say they are in not-for-profit, that they declare surplus. If it's not paying them, if they are not producing results, they will not talk about not-for-profit. So whatever it is, everybody is meant to produce results. So it is your people who produce the results, not you. You give them their KPI and whatever, KRA and all. If they don't deliver, you give them targets. If they don't deliver, you are not there as an HR. So focus your energy on helping your people to be successful, and you also get there yourself. So let's quickly get to definition of terms. Personnel management. You know, in those days, we used to think of, before the HR took over, before it was personnel manager that took over, that did most of what we're doing now. There's still some organization, they still have personnel managers. Personnel managers in some organizations now are under the HR because they take care of the welfare and other staff matters. So personnel management refers to the function that many employers regard as human resource. No trouble. Whatever title you are giving, you are still relating with human beings. So what personnel management does now under HR is what? Hiring, compensation, benefit, recruiting, and some other things. But for whatever it is, what? They are a strong arm of the HR. HR professional, who are we? And some of us are transiting to be the professional. Some of us are HR resource managers, HR resource practitioners. Are you the professional? That is the essence of why you are in this institute, to get the professional bit. Once you collect your certificate at whatever level, at whatever grade you are, and you parade it, you should parade it with confidence that I am a professional. Don't just sit that after this induction, oh, I'm done and dusted. You parade the certificate all over. I'll tell you that by the time the council sits, we will renew your certificate. We are going to go into that, because you cannot just hold a certificate of 10 years, no training, no nothing. You say, I'm a professional. You will sit there and the wind will blow you past. Technology will pass by you and you'll be looking. So we are going to renew your certificate. So after some years, you need to come, renew. Don't go away with a certificate without going for training. So who is a professional? Who is that HR professional? That person must be well-grounded in training programs, effective one, not just let them go for training. Training is not for training's sake. They have to add value. It has to be in sync with that. We need to redesign work. The world is changing. Technology has taken over. Some of us rarely refer to our Google now. Most of us use Chat GPT, not even the basic Chat GPT. We pay for the higher level of Chat GPT. You can't just sit down there and say, where is the wind blowing? Of course not. So as a professional, you need to talk about quality improvement programs for your people, the community you are managing, and also you talk about promotion, hiring, and whatever decision that will help the organization to get there. So who is that consultant? You're a human resource, you're a personnel manager, you're a professional. You can be a professional even outside of the organization. You can be a professional within the organization. And that is what we are striving to have at CIHRM. But who is that consultant? That consultant is already a professional, but he or she stands herself out there and say, okay, I am going to improve the HR of that organization. And in most cases, what consultants do, we always have somebody in-house. And when you don't have anybody in-house, maybe your pedigree or maybe whatever you have given the organization has spoken for itself that you are the person they need. So that consultant, HRM consultant is outside of the organization. What is he expected to do? But first and foremost, he must be a professional. Not just a practitioner, a professional that is worth being called one. So what does he do as a consultant? He leaves the organization more efficient and more productive than he met it. That the HR department of that organization will carry on when he has gone. So he addresses specific issues, not just order that he goes there and does generic and whatever. It must be specific to that organization. And that is the error that some of us L&D professionals or consultants do. Generic. And by the time you leave, nothing has changed. Next time you put in your paper, they just say, put that paper aside. Or the HR manager, whoever that invited you, say, tell that person I'm not around. Because you left them, not worse than you met them. You did not improve their lot. But and even the native people always say that those who are traditional worshippers, some of us don't know some of them because we grew up in Christian or Muslim traditional worshippers, we say, this juju, I've been worshiping you for the number of years. I've been doing whatever. My lot has not increased. If you will not increase my lot, leave me as you met me. Okay, so as a consultant, you must be specific. You must change their lot for the better. Okay, and that is why let me give you this for free. As a consultant, you also need to be in sync with some training or L&D areas, and that is what we call TNA or needs assessment. It's not everything that will end up in training. Some will end up in re-engineering, reconstruction, or whatever. But you need to start with needs assessment. Whoever invited you to come and bid and you won, please always do needs assessment. They might not have been able to get the cocoa of the matter, but you go and deploy training and the thing has not changed. You are not a good HR person. So that is why L&D and HR should be together. Don't say, oh, I don't need L&D. All I have to do is just, I can recruit and whatever. I always say that HR consultant or HRM is the mechanic. L&D, HRM is the vehicle. L&D is the mechanic. HRM, you bring everybody on board, everybody come inside. And when there is issue, you send them to L&D to correct. So what we need to do is that as consultant, you do a complete overhaul of the human management in the organization of human capital. You advise the organization on a wide range of issues that affect the workforce. Then you create a human resource model that will fit for purpose for that organization. If not, you are not there. So what we need to do is that start with TNA and you will get there, you proceed, you graduate. Most times, we always say in L&D that give them time frame and the percentage of what you feel will have been corrected when you leave. Some of us, because we succeeded with Dangote, I know Dangote is in there, Dangote truck drivers, and you were invited by a blue chip organization to come and train their drivers. You carry Dangote, they said I did very well. Oh, those drivers did very well. But you're not talking of people who see themselves as pilots because they are not driving motor. They believe they're driving the jet. So you now take that of haulage tanker drivers or truck drivers and take it to that organization. You will not succeed. So please, let's do TNA and we get there. So let's quickly look at the holistic view of HR. Some of us know some of these are the basic ones that you always have, and some do not have some of this. Whatever you feel is peculiar to you, you will see it here. And some may see that, oh, some are not even here for me, like L&D is not here. Some L&D is subsumed in admin in some other places. Personnel management is also in admin in some places. So the HRM is the big ball, the biggest of the ball in there, and We see salaries and wages, we see SHIS, we see ILR, and the 4 P's and S. The acronyms are broken down. So the 4 P's and S is personnel, policy, promotion, performance management, and strategy. Remember, HR is part of the boardroom. HR is part of the boardroom. Whether you see you as director or whatever, but once you are head of HR, you are part of the boardroom. Nothing can be done without you. When the policies are formulated in the boardroom, they give them to you and say, HR, go and see how this can be brought to light. So when HR is facing the management, you are backing the workforce. When you are facing the workforce, you are backing management. So whichever way we find ourselves, we are the middle belt in order to manage the people. The ILR is industrial and labor relation. When they say, we no go agree or we no go agree, they say, go and call HR. You'll be the one to go and chase the bullet. So SHIS is what? Safety, health, environment, and security. In this era of kidnapping and security, safety, and whatever, what do we do? If anything happens to any of our staff in the course of his or her journey to the north or to any part of the country, it's HR they will call first. How are you managing the people? Is it wise to say, that is that staff is not entitled to go by air, and you know that whatever is carrying or whatever is going to do will be to the advantage of the organization? They say, no, you cannot do it. How should you go by air? Maybe it's better to pay 50 million than for him to go by air to 200,000. Somebody asked us before that say, if the person is not entitled to. I'll give you a story. When I was in service, there was this colleague of ours. They said he wasn't entitled by the handbook or staff, whatever, to go by air. He went by road. Unfortunately, that guy died. And when his corpse was being conveyed from the north to Lagos, it came by air. See the irony of life. See, it's not that death will not meet someone wherever it will meet the person, but for goodness sake, if you had paid him or given him by ticket to travel by air, he would not have died. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, but he died. You didn't give him air ticket, and you brought his corpse back. I felt bad that day. So, L&D, learning and development, training, learning and development is also part of HR. As I said, HR is the vehicle, L&D is the mechanic. Everybody come inside. When there's problem, what do? You send the person for mentoring, you send the person for coaching, you send the person for counseling or whatever. Oh, maybe attitudinal training. There are some of these trainings that are not and will not solve the problem unless you do it in-house. So let's quickly look at 4 steps of employee life cycle. If you have questions, please give to the secretariat or put online and let me see if we have anything. So let me quickly run through. Let me run through if you have any questions. No question. HR is the vehicle. Yes. Yes. The soft copy will always be sent to you. Yes. HR is the engine room, the heartbeat of the organization. They manage the people, no problem. But when the engine breaks down, who fixes it? So, okay, HR is part of it. Thank you so much. Let's move on. So, once upon a time, I'm sure if I were to be on site, I would have asked people to say time. Once upon a time. Let's look at it. Let's look at this. When employee life cycle started, it used to be 11 steps. Later, it was collapsed to 6. But now, it's a 4-step employee life cycle so that we can quickly get to understand, get the meat off the bone. So now, the first step is hire, and it consists of everything that you want to do, bringing the person on board before the interview and getting the person for the interview and everything person. The second level is where you have the onboarding, the induction, the orientation, and everything. And from that point, you take the person to the department or wherever that person is going to work. So here, everything, the journey just come is here. So you need to inspire that person. The third circle is you now admire. You see this, it sounds as if we are reciting poem. Hire, inspire, admire, then retire. So sounds melodious. You now admire the staff that's been working for us. Here you get feedback. The person has got some performance management issues, everything. You need to manage the person. And that is why those good old days HR managers said, let's introduce employee of the month, employee of the year, to show that we admire you, to show that we need you, to show that you are a person of value to those our community of people that we are managing in the workplace. Admire them. Then we now talk of retire. People talk of jackpot nowadays. Retire is not 35 years in service. Retire is not 60 years of age. The millennia, the Gen Zs, the Alpha generation, and all of them that came after the baby boomers, they look at it and say, the only way up is out. How is that? We all came in as maybe assistant managers, but me, I'm eyeing manager. Stay here for 35 years. Am I crazy? No, I'm not mad. I will leave before then. So some of them, 5 years, 2 years, they move. And I said, the English people have a saying that says, Rolling Stone, gather no moss. They say, leave that one. Wherever I find myself, I'll be gathering moss. I said, you can't gather moss as you move. But for whatever it is, the new generation of the workforce after the baby boomers, what did they do? 2 years, 5 years, they are out. The only way up is out. So they go out and they surface somewhere. When you are hearing about that, your colleague is already a manager somewhere, and you are still here, deputy manager, assistant manager. So this is what we call retire. They retire. Retire could also be japa from your organization. As HR, what are you doing in the course of these 4 areas of employee life cycle, so that they will not japa early on you, they will not retire early on you, they will see themselves as part of the organization, as part of the success story of that organization. Watch it, HR. When they are leaving, we should always give them the exit interview so that we know what is wrong with us in-house. Why is this person leaving early? It could be for personal reason. It could be that it is that HR. When I leave, let them join my salary to his own. I will leave him there, and he will hear how good I'll become. So these are some of the things that we need to. And that is why I always advise that in the good old days, do you know what we used to have? We used to have suggestion box where those who write whatever are faceless. They will tell you whatever, and let's still use that, because the email, the technology has taken over. If I send an email, my address is there, my name is there. Even if I say gentility or gentle girl, gentle mama, you will still know that I sent it. Somehow, whatever it is, we can still adopt that. Let them tell us some of these things before they exit the organization. Then this slide, I have issues when people talk about career path. It's not that you cannot draw a career path for your staff, because we are talking of employee career. Some people got to our organization because they felt, man, no die, man, no rotting. Nigeria, there is no job. I will hide my first degree. I'll go in and take a job with my HND or school set. But by the time they now realize that, honestly, I'm just wasting my time here. What can I do? And this individual, you just, this man is so good in admin. and we are leaving him there. So you now plan a career for him and say, okay, you will go to that training program. We are looking at you as our future admin manager. And he will look at it from school side. When will I become? I'm not going to kill the people ahead of me. So what do you do as HR? What is it that you expect from that person? That life cycle is still there. When you admire the person or inspire the person, what do you do? Give them what you call constant productivity assessment instead of talking about career path. It's not that we are going to change the policy here and now. Productivity assessment. Why I say that is that some of us wait till the upper annual performance appraisal. The deed is done. Then you're now appraising me after 1 year. So that means you put me in your belly, as people always say. No. Annual performance appraisal should be taken over by, if it is quarterly, if it is by annual, we need to be able to do that. Don't wait till end of the year. Those of us that are in public service, please let's go away with this. Career path as well as managing the upper. It doesn't have to be once a year. Once a year. The person has forgotten now. So once, if it is twice a year or 3 times or 4 times a year, let them know they are being watched. That is why it's better called performance management, not appraising what you've done. Performance management, the managing the community of people in the workplace. So as HR, what do you expect from them? It's not enough to give them the key performance indicator or key results area. Manage them. Don't plan a career for them without their knowledge, without them agreeing to it. And that is why I always say this, what is this thing that late MKO Abiola said when he went to United Nations? He was one of those Nigerians that went there and gave them a proverb. You know, Yoruba people are full of proverbs. He said, you cannot shave my hair without me being there. So me, I now added that even if I'm there, if I don't agree to it, if I start doing my hair like this, you'll not be able to give me a good haircut. So we need to be, when we are talking of career path, if you don't want to throw it away, get the staff to know. Because some of them are already having some programs, attending programs outside of the organization, outside of admin. One day they will just have the ACCA and whatever ICANN and everything. And that's so we are planning you for to take over in future as admin. You say, admin has never been my dream. I want to be an accountant, and you are planning a career for him. So get them involved. Even if you have to now think of what what happened during when I was in service, when they gave some people amnesty to say, okay, if you have any certificate apart from what you are in the organization for, bring them and let's see whether we can use them instead of engaging people from outside. So get to know what career path you are getting for the people, then let them know that what is in it for them and what is also in it for the organization. What value are they bringing to the table, so that when they are progressing in their career, we need to get them ready. So one thing that we need to do as HR is that we need to be in sync with L&D. Don't see L&D as a rival or a competitor in the organization. L&D is there to assist us to ensure that the people deliver on their KPIs and their results areas. So L&D is your partner in progress. So let's move on. If you have questions, let me see what questions. This is a question page. I know some of us have read our slides. Let's see what we have here. I don't have any question. Well said. Productivity assessment. Thank you. Proactive performance management as opposed to reactive. Yes. Do we need CIPM where we're already? No. Why are we talking about CIPM? The president already said that value addition in this place. It's by title now. What's your own? Please. We are not here. We are not in competition with anybody. We are here to give you value. No, don't say that. Don't go that area. When it is not Panadol, it's not the same thing as Panadol. When it's not paracetamol, it's not paracetamol. After the induction, is there a need to say, I beg now? What is that one? Everybody, they born twins. Twins, There's Taiwo, there's Kende. There's what we also call a Jime. You go your own, I go my own. The sky is big enough for all of us to fly in. For goodness sake, you are getting value here. Why are you going somewhere else? If you are not getting value, refer to the institute and they will deal with it. Going forward, there are courses of career growth organized by the institute. Yes, of course. There'll be training. We're going to get you some training. Okay. So thank you for those questions, and look at it. The drag between APA and PMS, which is more effective? I don't know. This APA, is this annual performance appraisal or productivity management? Or I don't know what those acronyms are. L&D activities could easily be incorporated into HR function if you want to, but I assure you, you will water down L&D if you would do that. What you do that? If you do that, somebody has to be in charge of L&D. In charge of L&D. If not, you will water down L&D. Okay, so let's move on. So now I want us, those who are online now, this question is for you. What do you understand by teaming? Put in the chat box, your time starts now. Those who are on site, you are going to get your own question later, but those who are online, your time starts now. What do you understand by team or team working or teaming? Anything teaming, please. Let's quickly, your time starts now, and I'll give the first people working together. Fine. Here somebody said L&D is a training, is a unit in its organization. At least some people are in charge of training. Collaboration, common goal, sorry. Team together, we achieve more. Fantastic. One more person, then I stop. Collaboration, synergizing. Fantastic. All correct. All correct. Those who are online, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Working together. Now, so what is teaming and team working? Why do we need to form teams? These are community of people in the workplace. Community. So what a team can be defined as a number of people who share common identity, work together, common objective and goals. We are all in this together. We swim together. We ride the tiger together, but we not end in the belly of the tiger. So all of us are in this together. So common goal, common identity, and we're not giving ourselves, do this, that shall do this, that shall do that. No, we work to complement one another. We are not in competition. If you want to put competition in there, it's just to energize people. Say, let's see who does this. Who will do this first? Not because we want one person to outshine the other. No. That's why I'm going to finish this slide with a story. Once upon a time again, there was this group of workers. They were told that where we are standing now, in 2 hours, you can dig a trench to the sea. They didn't tell them which direction the sea is, but all of us together, we dig a trench to the sea. And the team lead said, oh, thank you. And whoever told them left. So the team lead said, I can smell the sea to the left. Oh yeah, start digging to the left. They dug and dug over 4 hours. They were not there. Somebody among the team members just said, saw a tree nearby. I said, he climbed the tree. Lo and behold, he saw the sea or the river to the right. He said, stop. I said, what's wrong? How can you tell us to stop, guys? He said, the sea or the river is to the right. With the little energy left in them, under 1 hour, they were able to get to the sea. So you see, when you are the HR, and there's some things that are not within your control, there's what we call circle of control or circle of influence. If you can see that this thing is out of your control, you don't have control out of it, let somebody else take charge. Give it to him. As we said yesterday, we are all amoeba. Everybody has his own good area. And we are going to talk about that later on. So you see, give it to them. At that point in time, that person is the leader. Whether you see him as, oh, he's not going to usurp your power. He's using the extra sense to get us to where we want. And that is the objective. So that basically the two types of teams, the functional team and the cross-functional team. The functional teams are those ones that all of us are in the same business, doing the same thing, accounting, engineering, warehousing, and all. Okay, the same team doing the same thing. But the second type of teams that we have is the cross-functional team, where all the teams come together to achieve a common purpose. One team doing the same thing to achieve a common purpose. All the teams coming together to achieve a common purpose. And that is what we're engineering, HR, like what you have in the boardroom. All the heads of department in the boardroom. The boardroom or the council is made up of team heads who are helping us to achieve one common goal, what the organization stands for. So basically 2 teams, functional and cross-functional. So inside of them, you now see units or whatever, no, but please just know that there are just 2 teams. There are just 2 types of teams in the organization. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Question time for those who are on site. What is it to be team able? Your time starts now. Those who are on site, quickly pass your answer to the secretariat and they will send it to the chat. Collaborative. Oh, what is it what do you understand by team able? Team able. When you say you are team able, effective delegation come together. Okay, when you say you are team able, do you have anything from them on site? The power of teamwork, yeah. Okay, when you are team able, what do you understand by that? Those who are on site. Those who are on site, what do you understand by being team able? Team able. Any answer from there? Send it to the secretary. Yes, please. Can you?
Yeah, if you are a team able, that means you are a functional team member. You are participating in the team, not a dummy.
Fantastic. Go on. Any other person? Team able. I didn't ask those who are online. No.
It means you are able to work with the people on the team.
Fantastic. Team able. Fantastic. One more person. Is there no woman in the house? No, I would not agree.
It means that you have the team spirit, you have the collaborative spirit, and you can easily work with the team.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, those who are on site. Somebody wants to talk. Another woman, let's balance.
It means that teamwork is achievable.
Fantastic. Lovely. So let's move on. Thank you so much. So what it means to be team able shows that you can work well with others, you're on a level playing ground, you contribute equitable amount. For those knowledge, equitable amount of knowledge and expertise. But you see, it may not be equitable in terms of 50-50, like we mentioned yesterday. You see, it could be 30-40, it could be like that person that climbed the tree. Who sent him? He did. He just, that his own amount of what is expertise. And let me climb. So you need to be patient with the process, that everybody, all of us are not on the same page, but we need to be able to be on the same page because of one thing, because of what we need to achieve together. So all of this, that you have the team spirit. I'll finish this slide with what happened. May God rest his soul. Yekini. What's his first name now? Yekini, when he scored that historic goal, was it a World Cup or whatever, or Olympic, I can't remember now. I'm not a football fan. But when he won that goal, he went there and celebrated and shook the net. Though Google celebrated him not, I think I can't remember, early this year. Shook the net. Everybody looked at. Were you the one that started and got it all the way for you to be able to score into the net? That ended our goals for that event. So when something comes up, let's celebrate together. And that is why nowadays, when you see those players, when they score, they don't go to the net to shake the net. They run back to their team members. They hug one another. Some of them roll on the field, on the grass, and others come holding them. So look at it. When you are teamable, when it is good, we all celebrate. When it is also good, in quote, we all sit down and say, let's re-strategize. And that is what being team able is all about. So as HR, what do we need to do to ensure that team is effective? So we need to think of the composition, need to think that they have to interact very well. There should be participation. The objective or task that they will have to work on should be sent to them, and effective communication going back and forth between HR and those who are within the team. So what do we do as HR? Your leadership style will determine how committed the people will be and how committed you two will be. How do you empower your team? How do you reward that community of people that are working on a particular project? And what we also do is that we need to train them, because if you don't train them, we always say in L&D, you don't blame them. So let's look at this. The most satisfying two-letter word is what? We. What do you do with we? Use it. This is encouraging. If you say I, myself, and me alone, I say go on, do it yourself. So then the most poisonous three-letter word is what? Ego. What do you do to ego? Kill it, or else it will kill your team. So because team working, team able, being team able is like the wheel, the analogy of a great wheel, of a wheel. The wheel is a great analogy for the benchmark of team excellence. Poor performance in one area, the wheel goes flat. Imagine your car when you have a flat tire. The other three will not function. So it's very important that we do this. So for those who are online, question time. What do you understand by being burnt out? When you say someone is burnt out in the workplace. Yes, thank you, Rashidi Yakini. I forgot, but I know that it's Yakini. So, okay, when you say someone is burnt out, tired, fantastic, correct. I just need 5. Tired, stressed out, awesome, overworked. When someone is exhausted, tired, and not productive, beautiful, overworked, exhausted, okay, mentally stressed. Oh, I love that. Okay, burnt out, emotional. Okay, your time stops now. Thank you, spent. Lovely. When you say someone is burnt out, it's not because maybe I'm stressed or whatever. It could be that the resources that HR is supposed to give them is not giving them. It's not only that the job is not more interesting, maybe because something has gone wrong. It could be your emotional state. It could be anything, but we need to spot it as HR. So being job burnt out is what? Is a consequence of perceived disparity between demands of the job and the resources. So HR, because nowadays most HR will always say, little for more. Just little thing, and you need to get more. We know resources are scarce. So we want to give what we used to give 20 people before. You now give them half of that for the same 20 people. Some people have talked about 70, 20, 10 disparities. Some people have talked about this. But what you need to do is ensure that is it enough to produce whatever you want? Or what do you do? So some people say instead of us to downsize or to right size or to do whatever, let's remove some things, material. So being job burnout, it could be because of the job, or it could also be because of the resources. So material and emotional. So it feels depression. It feels depressed, and stressed out, burnt out, spent. So they now look at it and say, is this job not going to kill me? Some of them will japa if they realize that they are the breaking point. They're going to fall off the cliff. But some will stay there. Man no die, man no rotting. They get depressed. That is why you see post-COVID, depression entered the workplace. No matter the person's position, anybody can get depressed. So that is why that she's that we mentioned earlier, security, health, environment, and safety should become paramount as HR. We came in during the what do you call it, baby boomers. They said work-life balance. It has gone beyond that now. Mental health is something that we need to manage. Depression has come into the workplace, no matter what the person is earning. you can get depressed. So now let's quickly look at this. What do we understand by employee engagement and employee empowerment? I'm not going to ask any question here so that we can run fast. Employee empowerment. Empowerment and engagement stem from those who remember management by objective. Management by objective. In those days, it was delegation. So delegation of old has now got two legs: empowerment and engagement. So empowerment is when you invest people with authority, like we used to do in what do you call it? Delegation. Okay, you invest people with authority, and now you now give them a certain degree of power that they can manage to serve their customer, whether internal or external, then work-related matters. But one thing we need to know about empowerment is that don't empower someone with authority and power if you cannot deliver, or else you will be committing an error that is known in management as Peter principle. And what is Peter principle? Peter principle is that the boy is good, the boy is good. The boy is good as a supervisor, and you did not train him, you did not give him any development, and you promoted him to a higher level of responsibility, and he cannot deliver. So what do? You promoted him beyond his capability. You are making a jest of him because he cannot do beyond that. So what do? You send him for a training on reskill him or upskill him, or upskill him for him to be able to perform at that level. Maybe what he needs is leadership training, or new managers or training, or whatever. I can't remember the title of that program anymore. But new managers training, because you are moving him from among his peers and giving him a higher responsibility, and those his peers are still there. And say, come, when did you start geography that we are talking history? Or when did you start history that we are talking geography? This man that all of us were together is the one that will be my boss now. They would throw spanner in his wheel of progress. So we need to know so that we don't promote somebody beyond his capability. So now let's talk about employee engagement. Employee engagement is being emotionally attached to the organization. They see themselves as part of the success of this organization. This organization must not go under. So they become connected. They become connected and enthusiastic about the job. People will tell them, what are you doing in this? They say, honestly, I don't know. I just feel I'm part of it. They say, how much are they paying? Won't you move? I've seen people like that. They say, because of this organization, I'm not going anywhere. I've been offered. I have somebody very, very close to me. He was offered something fantastic. He said, madam, I will stay here. I said, what? He said, I'll stay here. He said, one, I'll have to consider my health. I have to consider whatever they are paying me. Will I be using it to pay hospital bill? I don't want to get job burnt out. So it becomes fully engaged, and we need to get people. And how do we do this? To be fully engaged so that we'll be able to empower them to produce a higher level of responsibility. But what do we do for the success of the organization as HR? So look at it. So I want to ask a question for those who are on site. Employee engagement or empowerment, is it good or bad? Your time starts now. I want one person on site. Okay, one person on site, a male and a female, because I believe in diversity. Is employee engagement and empowerment good or bad? If a man speaks that is good, the female should say it is bad. If you know you are not going to say good or bad or whatever, or okay, let's have three. Then somebody that will stand in between, and you have to tell us
Chorus answer says good. Chorus answer good.
Good. Okay. There's nobody that says it's bad.
The person is on site, online.
The person that says bad. The person that says that is bad. Let's see.
He's not on site. Maybe the person is online.
Somebody that says it is good and bad. Dr. Jiro said it's good and bad. So let's see. Is there anybody that says it's bad? Okay, nobody is saying it's bad. Okay. Okay. So we want to then somebody says it's good and bad. Let's see. Is there anybody that says it's good and bad online on site?
Yeah, the person is not here yet.
He's not. Okay. Can I get Benedict? CO2. She says, Benedict says, Obaide says, both are good and bad. Can you quickly unmute Benedict, if you can? I hope you are in a place you can talk and you would not, somebody says it's bad. We are going to take Kole Doye, Kehinde Olukayode. He says it's bad. He's on site, he's online. So let's quickly take Benedict. You said it is good and bad. Both. Both are good. That's it. No. No, Benedict, we are not taking you. I wanted to see. It's Dr. Jiro that says it is good and bad. And I don't know whether she's in a place good and bad. If not, she will. If not, if she's in a place that she can talk, yes. But someone says no audio. It's not me. It could be your network. Thank you. It has its own negative. Can we take Michelia? Michelia said it has its own negative side. So let's quickly see. Michelia, what do you want to say about that? Can you unmute? Negative side. Can you quickly unmute? Because if not, I will just move on. We will not pass you by, but we just move on. Chinelo, are you ready? Online. Okay, they're not ready. So we move on. So what we say is that both have their own sides. Who is that? Who wants to talk? If you are. Okay. So whatever it is.
Hello.
Yes. Who's addressing?
Yes, this is Dr. Jero.
Dr. Jiro, thank you. Okay. Yes. Dr. Jiro, thank you. You said it has both good and bad. Yes. Thank
you. Engagement is good to the extent that it yields results. And then when you over-engage a personnel, it becomes bad. So it depends on the perspective from which the engagement is coming from. And then empowerment is good because you make the person to become better off in his or her duty post by making sure that the person is updated, upgraded. Like what we're doing now is empowerment. But then when the empowerment gets into your head, remember, you gave us some tips. When ego comes, that empowerment becomes bad. That's why I said it is both good and bad. It all depends on the angle you are looking at it from.
That person mute. Secretariat, mute everybody. Secretariat, mute everybody. Secretariat, mute everybody, please. I only told Dr. Jiro to unmute, and not everybody. I only told Dr. Jiro to unmute, please. Okay. Okay, so thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Jiro. I think you've hit the nail on the head. We are not going to go into a discussion about that. So thank you. Both has its own good and bad side. And we need to know, as I said, there is a caveat. And the caveat is what? Don't promote somebody beyond his capability. Don't empower him beyond his capability, or you are going to commit what you call Peter principle. Okay, so thank you so much. Let's move on. So as HR, we need to look at it. What are we doing? Are you that type of person, like we mentioned yesterday? Are you the bottleneck, or you are the neck of the bottle? Are you putting people on edge, or you are putting them at peace? These rocks are from Plateau State. When you are entering Plateau from Abuja, the one on the left, you feel that you want to go there and push it, the Riom rock, but you can't. They've been there forever. Or you put people at peace like the Sherry Hills rock. When people come to you, they see that, oh, you are the last bus stop. Nobody will stop will give me the answer that I want except you. So give them the opportunity. Like what the president once said, he said, let them breathe. I remember to breathe yourself. Let people breathe. So as HR, how do you manage talent in the workplace? A part of our job, as part of what you said before, was the 4 life cycle. You attract them. Yes, you develop them. But the most important thing is not only to develop them. You need to do what? You need to be able to do what this clip is talking about. Retain the talent. Or else you spend so much attracting, so much developing, and when they japa, you say, why do I need to train them after all? Because they will go. So that is the catch. Retaining talent. And how do you retain them? You recognize their effort, you encourage them, and you reward them. Okay. There are so many strategies that are in there. Talent management is a whole lot of a training for HR that we can look at it. This is for us. How do you do this? How do you manage them in the workplace? So at the end of it all, we want you as HR to develop a new mindset that all these people that we have spent so much money training and trying to make them to stay, what do we do? So what, as the new mindset that we should go away with, is that we should watch them grow or see them go. They will japa if you don't treat them well, if you don't retain them, you don't encourage them, don't reward them, don't appreciate them. So, and inspire them. So what you need to do, this is where L&D comes to play. Train them in order to close the performance or skills gap. Oh, they cannot do, they cannot. The other people that you are bringing in, you need to also train them to be there for you. So that you're able to retain them for business success, whether in the public sector or in the private sector. What we want is a continuity. Remember, management is a continuum, and we need people who understand what it is. Training needs analysis. We mentioned that before. Thank you, Zainab. So yes, needs analysis. We need to train them. So what do you need? How do you now train them? You need to ensure that the essence of HR is needs assessment. Get to know the skills that they need. Are we going to take them for reskilling, or we're taking them for upskilling, or you want to broaden this person's skill? You see, this is the story of Brother Yellow and Uncle JJC. Brother Yellow has reached the bus stop. He doesn't want to go to school again. He's comfortable working on the shop floor, but he's eyeing being a manager, and he doesn't have the qualifications to get there. What do you do? What do you do to such a person? Needs assessment. We will show you the way. So skills that you need to. So skills is broken into two. The soft skill, which is people management. Hard skill, which is managing the technical bits of the shop floor or wherever, whether it's manufacturing, whether the technical bits, not the person. Okay, so look at it, the soft and hard skills, and it will get you to be able to manage your people. So now what do you want to do? The essence of this is that you look at the employee and the performance. What is the gap? The present situation and the future. Where are we? And where do we want to be? So it is that gap. That gap is what you want to close. And it is only skills training that can close the gap between the employee and his performance. And we need to know what skills is all about. So this brings us to the issue of the power of skills. Imagine skills without the S. It kills. Imagine it further without the SK. It heals. An organization performance is either killed or falls ill without skills. So you may have the capital to jumpstart a business, all the raw materials needed, the dream and the vision, a bankable proposal without skills, and also your competence. All these variables will not be actualized. So skills is very important for us as HR, as well as the people that are in the workforce, as well as the community of people that we are managing. Those resources in them are inside of them. How did they bring it out to assist us to get there? So now let's quickly look at the bottom-up approach. It's a one-off type of leadership skill. One-off. When somebody comes to showcase what he has for the organization, somebody down there, because what we always say in management is down there, a lot of energy, down there, a lot of ideas that are steaming, that are bubbling. How do we allow those bubbling ideas to come to the surface? It's a one-off. So don't kill them. Encourage them. Let them come up with their brilliant ideas, and it will be the organization will be better for it. I'll give you an example. It happened in the private sector. It can also happen in the public sector, because it happened to me, and my organization then took the idea and they ran with the idea, and it worked for us, and it's still working. So bottom-up approach is somebody down there comes with a brilliant idea, and we take it. Let's try it out, and let's see what it could be our breakthrough. That is the story of Village Kitchen in Mr. Biggs. I don't know, some Mr. Biggs are still there, but when Mr. Biggs was sitting in the hand of UAC, I met the woman that gave the brilliant idea of the village kitchen. One day, I met her when we went for our training. She now said that it took them time before they bought the idea. She said that most people are tired of eating confectionaries. They don't want to eat donut, that. Can we not introduce food in mother tongue? I said, it's bad enough. UAC is selling donut. This is it. That I said, but Gala came and Gala had a breakthrough. Said, okay. They didn't take it, but eventually they did. And it was a sellout. They were able to make money. And in fact, it was Village Kitchen that sustained Mr. Big until it went on. There's still some franchise of Mr. Big's out there. But before then, it was the Village Kitchen that sustained them. So it is a one-off thing. Let's not throw them away and say, yeah, what will they do? What will this person do? What will come out of it? The brilliant ideas down there. And we can use those ideas to strategize. Because whatever we are doing, others are also doing. There's nothing new under the sun. So as HR, in sync with L&D, get your people, run with the ideas, be the champion of their beautiful ideas, and let's try it out. We are not saying put all your eggs in there. Why is it that some organizations outside of Nigeria are running 100 years? How many of our organizations or how many of our private outfits or enterprise are up to 50 years? Is it that they killed it, or is it that something happened, or whatever? Can't we do that for us? So, except First Bank, that did I mention their name? Sorry. They didn't tell me to advertise for them. Sorry. Okay, but they've been there for a long time. What happened to Guinness? What happened to KFC? What happened to Ennekins and all of them? I'm sorry if I'm mentioning beer. KFC is there, but there's so many. All of them over the years. You say established 18 something. Okay, 1759, 1765 or something. So remember, before we end, one thing that we should realize is that post-COVID, post-COVID-19, COVID is still with us, We can't say we are not aware of that. It's still with us. But when COVID came, it changed the outlook of HR. It changed the outlook in the workplace. So HR leaders, post-pandemic, our key to success is that we should use our emotional intelligence very well. Agile mindset that you not say, and when it comes, it comes. No, be up and you are there. Customer centric, whether internal customer or external customer, we should be there to assist. Digitally enabled. How well are you using technology to your advantage? That is why we are talking here. Some are online. Imagine if you say everybody should come to Lagos. This era when you want to buy air is about 200 or 300,000. How many of us can? Okay, so what we need to do as HR, when you are in the boardroom, ensure you have top management buy-in in whatever you're doing. And when you go into the workforce, active participants, those who are ready to run with the dream with you or with those who come out with the idea. Link all HRS to strategic objectives of the business so that we will always be a jump ahead of our peers. And even if you're in the public sector, honestly, I can't remember. Was it Minister, is Honorable Minister Aganga then, Dr. Aganga? We should do things out of the ordinary. So the X factor in us. So we need to lead through change, embrace diversity, and be inclusive in whatever you're doing. Lead virtually and be honest about whatever you are doing. But make sure you inspire hope, because diversity and inclusion is a key factor in our climb, especially in Nigeria. One thing we should encourage ourselves is that diversity started in the Garden of Eden when God created Adam and Eve. First diversity, man and woman, gender. Age, demography also came in. Definitely. Adam will be, whether it was one day, it was 1 hour that God cast sleep on him and he created woman, at least he was older than Eve. So age is coming. So you see that whatever we are doing, we need to. That is why God gave us 2 hands, everything to assist one another. Diversity and inclusion is what we need to talk about. We may not be able to talk about equity, but go in there, add what is in it for me. What value do you bring to the table for management? And we'll be able to succeed in whatever we are doing. And as HR, anytime that you find yourself managing that community of people, are you creating a workplace like this? Thank God it's Friday. I will not see their faces again. But on Monday morning, I'm so sad. Some people are so happy this long weekend. Thank God. They said Friday, Monday, 4 days this week, 4 days next year. It's good. Not the holiday that will come in. But on Monday morning, are you creating a workplace like this for your workforce? The community of people that you are managing. Monday morning, they don't want to come. Friday, Friday, everybody we are out, happy. Thank God it's Friday, out. I don't want to see their faces. Please, let them see you as that person that will help them to get there. So that is why, as HR, we need to manage our emotion. We need to manage the people that are with us. I always say that emotional intelligence will not say you should be MU, but he wants you to remember that anger is 1 letter short of danger. In your state, you can do anything. And when the scales are down, what do you want to say? That is why this Brovdani says, Leah Brovdani says, why we all may feel angry. Emotional intelligence is knowing what to do with the emotions of anger to achieve the best possible and positive, I added positive outcome. Because whatever you're doing should be positive. Possible. Yes, you can kill somebody, but best positive outcome is what I will add to it. You have a right to be angry, but please manage your anger. Okay? Because I've seen to some places, some private concerns, they'll tell you, where were your fathers when I was starting this organization? I heard the CEO tell people like that. And to God be the glory, their fathers were not there. And the organization has gone down. If I mention the organization, I won't. If you are privy to know the person that mentioned that said that time, because I don't want anybody to sue me for 10 million or 5 billion. So, but if they said that and the organization went under, it's one thing that we need to say, look at it. Even when you started the organization, the son of a nobody that became somebody, we should be able to manage our communication, should be able to manage whatever we do and how we say it. So it is very important. So as HR, what do we need to do? HR, we need to manage people. People has now become an acronym for professionalism. That's why we are here. Empathy, optimism, partnering. And that is part of what we are here. Collaboration and partnering, loyalty, engagement and empowerment. That is managing people. Profession. So then, if you feel that this is just too much, I can't manage all the 6, go for the fish model. The fish model says feel for others. That is empathy. Involve them. That is partnering and communication. Speak to others' point of view and hear them out. Hearing is a biological function. Listening is an intellectual ability. Learn to listen, because when you cut somebody midway from saying what he wants to say, the best is yet to come and you will not get what that person wants to tell you. Micromanagement will probably not support bottom-up approach, while micromanagement would. Micromanagement, yes, you are very correct in that area, Sarah, but that is why as HR, we need to advise our people appropriately. When you micromanage, you will not let the people do what they want to do. Say, if I do it, he didn't allow me. And if you do macro, then you'll be able to impact on others. Thank you for this. So use the fish management and it will help us get there. Those who are doing micro management, you know, one thing in management is that you cannot say micro or macro because you need to weigh the situation that you want to use managing some people, but you don't use micro all the, don't micromanage all the time. If you do, people will not be able to. But at a point in time, you have to peep in to see what they're doing. Okay, it's like when some people will say that when you give the masquerade goat, you leave the goat and the rope. Okay, it's like it's like what did I say before? Delegation. So there are some things that you need to still weigh. What do I do in order to manage? Micromanage, you will still use it occasionally, but don't let it be your hallmark, or else the people that will not be ready to. So when you manage people, whether through the professional, the acronym, or the fish model, remember they have to breathe. Okay, they have to breathe. The rich also cry. Okay, the blood that runs in you runs in them. So the question now is, as we try to close, are you wired with all what you said, what you heard yesterday and what you're hearing this afternoon, or this morning, this afternoon? So are you wired to connect? See that man with all the wire on his head. When internet came newly, we used to draw wire from wherever to connect to our computer. Now it is wireless. Are you wired to connect? If you are, give me a thumbs up in the house. Those who are on site and those who are online, just say, yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes. Thumbs up. Yes, I am. Thank you so much. Those who are online, it's coming in. Yes, you are. Because we need people to deliver. And if you are wired to connect, remember this. Be kind. For everyone you meet is carrying a heavy load. So that they will not jackpot from the organization. And if they don't jackpot, they will not get depressed or they will not have mental health. Everyone is carrying a heavy load. So where should we start? We start now. What will be easy? Carrying your people along if you are a person of choice. What do we stumble over? Those people who are die hard and not ready to move. Like those who will always micromanage. So what should we start doing? What do we start? What should we stop doing? And what do we continue to do? And what do we continue to do? I'm sorry. What do we continue to do? Because with all what you said, it is just that woman said, I'm not a motivational speaker. I've been giving you examples, life examples of what you can do, what people will come across. A motivational speaker say, jump from this roof, I will catch you. People have jumped and they made money. That is why most of our young ones are now going for Guinness Book of Record. You know, Nigerians, once we dip our fangs into something, we will take it like vampire, Dracula, drain the blood out of it. Because something bad was able to cook Italian or whatever they call it. Others are now saying, I will wash 24 hours. I will barb 100 people. No. So the great end of life is not knowledge. It is action. I did not tell you you can jump or you jump. I told you how to go about managing the community of people that you find in the workplace. I'm sure we will have taken one or two things along because knowing is not enough. We must apply. We must be willing to do. Okay? Because willingness is not enough. We must do. Do. Action is what will take us there. So at the end of it all, we should remember that the most selfish one-letter word is what? I. What do you do to I? Avoid it. Or else it will kill all what we have said today. So on this note, we are going to watch a 2-minute video. And we will now close for the day. We take questions and we'll be able to share from there. So let me quickly get this done. I will get our film on now. I'll get our film on, sorry. I'll get our film on. I'll get us to see it on a bigger screen while I share. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get us there now. I'll get us there now. Let me share my screen. Okay. I will share now. Okay, I'm sure you can see my screen. I'm sure you can see my screen. And we will.
Mr. Chris Myler, an elderly carpenter who was ready to retire. He told his employer of his plans to leave the house building business to live a more leisurely life with his wife and enjoy his extended family. Now, he would miss the paycheck each week, but he wanted to retire. The employer was sorry to see his good work go and asked if he could build just one more house as a personal favor. The carpenter agreed and started working on the last project of his life. Since it was his last project, he worked half-heartedly. He said goodbye to overtime. He did not consider to find the best cement mixture. He did not consider having a swimming pool in this project. He did not use quality wood for doors. The furniture was not of good quality. The employer called the carpenter in his office and gave the keys of this newly built house to the carpenter, saying, "This is my gift to you for your such a commendable service over 15 years. The carpenter was shocked. What a shame. If he had only known he was building his own house, he would have done it all so differently. So it is with us. We build our lives a day at a time, often putting less than our best into the building. Then, with a shock, we realize we have to live in the house we have built. If we could do it over, we would do it much differently. But you cannot go back. You are the carpenter, and every day you hammer a nail, place a board, or erect a wall. Someone once said, life is a do-it-yourself project. Your attitude and the choices you make today help build the house you live in tomorrow. Therefore, you should build wisely.
Thank you, everyone. I'm sure you enjoyed that clip, that story, and you see that what that man did, some of us are guilty, and we need to manage the workforce, or we will never get there. So please do what you have to do, and you will also make it. It's on this note that we want to draw the curtains on this presentation and learn to relax. Let's put the glass down and you'll be able to ensure that we're there for our people. We build the community that we want the workplace to be. Somebody talked about toxic members of your team. You see, there are some people that no matter what you do, they will still make you feel bad. Okay, but it's not all of them. If the person is becoming overbearing, as I said yesterday, and I'll always say it, Jonah the person, you know the story of Jonah. If he's bringing excess luggage to your team, Jonah threw him overboard. But the problem is that those of us in the public sector, we may not be able to sack anybody except it is for gross misconduct and whatever. But whatever you need to do, let's build a community where people will be willing to work well with us. There's so many people, so many toxic people out there, but there's nothing. If those people that trained children, if those people who trained these children that are partially blind, what do they call them? Partially school for the blind. They make better batik, tie and dye than you and I. Okay, if they can be trained, they even train them to dance left like that. I wonder, they are not sighted. If they can manage them, we can manage our workforce. There are toxic people, yes, but try and manage them. Because what we in training, we said that there is nobody that is not trainable. Look at it. Are you the neck of the bottom or the bottleneck? Thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you. If you have questions, write and give the secretariat. If you have any online, please send, and let's use the next 1 minute to look at it. We have 1 o'clock, 1 or 1:04. Let's see what we can do to assist you to get there. You are going into that community. Please be our what do you call trailblazer out there. Don't ever feel incompetent that you say, I think CIHRM is not equal to CIPM. We are not in competition. It is you that you're looking at me that will make the difference for CIHRM. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you all. Have a nice day. My Oga Gideon, are you there? Oga Gideon. Hello? Am I not audible? Hello? Hello? Even those who are up there, if you can hear me online, give me a thumbs up. Okay, somebody said the people are here saying that I'm audible. Yeah. Have we lost them? Did we lose the people? Eh?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I thought we lost those who are online. On site.
No. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me speak?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I love your hair. I love your hair. It matches your glasses. And the combination of your hair, your glasses matches your dress.
Thank you, sir.
And then the supreme of it all was your delivery. Help me applaud that, please, for the awesome presentation.
Thank you.
Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. You've never disappointed. You're always coming fresh. You know, no wonder anytime I pray for you that may your strength be as your age. So when you grow older, your strength becomes sharper and wisdom. So you always come fresh and all that. If you enjoyed Madam today, please help me one more time. If you're not tired, get me together for her. Celebrate her for me. Celebrate her for me.
Thank you.
If there's
Thank
a reason for us to come to the next world, I'll come within the period you will come, so that I can connect.
Why?
It's all right. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Before I move on, permit me to speak briefly on something. Okay, let me clear this. I always say that we should unlearn to learn, meaning that you try to put aside whatever you know before you start something new, so that you don't have complications or conflict of interest of ideas with what will be shared. And I was happy that from the conversation I had here and there, I saw that quite a lot of people put aside what they knew before now and added to themselves what's presented. So simply put, I'm sure you agree with me, so direct, focused, and hitting the nail on the head. Yeah. Meaning that we've been so impacted to understand the fact that the last thing she said, they're talking about positivity there. So it's not just to get something done, but to get it done well, so that you can be sure that the result will help the organization. What is important is not that, like I tell my staff, that you have come to office does not mean you have worked. That you have come to the office does not mean you have worked. So those that talk about timing, but maybe it works for you, but it doesn't work for me. I have my staff that get to the office by 7 a.m. Work start by 9. So you tell me you have done overtime 2 hours. For who? You wanted to beat hold up, so you came early. So I should pay for that. Then you want to leave by 3 o'clock. Now, the one that wants to do overtime, you did overtime between 3, 5 to 7 is early when you want to do overtime. How is it over? It's before time now, not over. It's before time now, not over. We need to let them, please, can you hear me move that? So please, we need to understand something here, which is that we need to let them understand what the process is. That's why there should be a working structure. That's why we're HRM. There should be a working structure. That's our duty, to ensure that the organization has something that without you, that thing functions. That's why I don't appreciate, I'm sure there's nobody like that there. If you're here, just don't show, don't let us know. I dislike when you get on the other side and you see HR coming, everybody's just running. And you feel good. They're running in from you. Under the side, the people they run from is either armed robbers, ritualists, or somebody that is insane. They don't see how people are running away from them. So you need to check yourself. What are you not doing right? Listen, the idea behind anything is not for you, but for the end goal is the organization. They want to see your productivity via the input of your staffs to ensure that the company is moving forward. We are there. That's why we are professionals. That's why we should deliver right. That's why you should be thinkers. That's why you should be listeners. That's why you should be listeners. Thank you. I remember that. You should listen well. Hear them out. You know that's a better way to tell somebody no. Why are you talking? No, shut up. And sorry, no, we won't go that way. If you're the one, which one will you take? I've said no to politely. Oh, no, you are missing something. That is visible. So that's why I won't go that way. But say, okay, ma. Thank you. I get you now. Simple. But the way you're saying, the day the guy will come with the right idea, you will not listen. Then the company will have gone down. You now say, madam, but you didn't say it. You didn't allow him to say it. One thing I love about HR responsibility is that we listen to people. Just listen to them. That's a better way to correct them. You know that anytime you want to correct the staff, let them say what is in their head. If it's wrong, it's easier to correct. My Bible says that when you cast out the devil, say if you don't put something new there, the devil will go bring more powerful one. So the person will think that wrong thing that is in his head is the right thing. So he will grow in it the more. Falsehood all the way. But if I allow him say it, no, that was olden days, Mr. John. Johnny just come. See, with that kind of ambience, with that kind of environment or situation, he's calm enough to be curious to what you want to say. Now, the thing is that you don't know ordinary to calculate that thing for you. You don't mean it, man. So he's interested in knowing that app. And by the time he goes study on his own, he gets better. Next I say, Mr. John, that app, okay, man, I got you. Job is done. So we've got to get to a level where we'll push ourselves for the purpose of others to be developed. I'm this type of person that believes strongly that take your staff to your level. Don't go to their level. If you go to their level, you're going down. Bring them to your level so that with or without you, they can go ahead and work. I was traveling abroad and I told my staff, I'm traveling. So I said, no, there are these 3 ladies. Anything you want to put on my table, give it to them. They will sort it out. For about 4 months, they were sorting things out without me. Because I made them realize that then where I'm running now, a real estate firm, and I told my staff, all work it out. Please, this is one thing I always do for us to understand that, listen, like I said from the beginning, it's not about certificates. It's about what? Certificate. It's what to sabi. You must sabi as HR because they depend on you. They might them. Let them run it. When they see you, Mr. John, how are you today? How is baby? How is mother today? They're doing fine. Your baby is now 2 weeks old. Oh. That's good. That's good. HR, greet me out of my baby. When he gets home, he'll tell the wife. That's it. And I say, my office, that office, I always start after my baby. But we were there. Then put some structure or something that will make them dear to your office. When they give them, let to HR organize small thing for that baby. Let them send to the mother. It's part of keeping that good staff in your office. When you get home, somebody's calling him somewhere for come and say, Oga, oh, daddy, what? Emma, calm down. She doesn't work there, but that's our office. I mean, that place where you work. Don't leave known to unknown. No. Be careful. She will give him a right counsel. Then, when he gets back to the office, another realm of people, type of people that they'll give their all. They'll give their commitment to make their things work. You know why? They want to keep their family at home happy. Because when they get blessed from the office, the family feels it at home. Then, when the family encourage them at home, then the resultant effect of that activeness is growth for the organization. Don't pay me for that one, but you can clap for me. Thank you very much. Okay, before we go to the next thing, I want to address something so quickly. The issue of those that are outside. I want to plead with you on behalf of the institute. We are sorry. But you know it's not our fault, but I'll tell you we are sorry. Quite a number of people don't indicate who they are coming with and all that. And when we came out, we noticed that we just had to quickly make provision for something. But eventually, there are now so many more than the canopy that was available that we could get. Some of them said that the heat is much. There's no other thing we can do other than provide canopy. I can't put AC there. It's an open space. And eventually, we have to work out something for them. But your friends, after now, we are working seriously to get a bigger hall here. So please clap for the institute now. Before now, when we have online and on-site, we create this space for guests. We don't have more than this, guests. But now that you're here, we cannot afford to keep you outside and say, because you came later, I guess to stay inside and keep you that's inducting outside. That won't be fair enough. So that's why we have to just quickly get that canopy for them, while you that's inducting have to stay inside. Usually they stay here. Now, some of them have an issue. I'll be frank with you. Some of them mentioned that we're not even hearing what that is. It's not meant for them. In fairness, it is not meant for them. It's not meant for them. I've seen some of them before when they come, they are recording. They're recording all the teaching messages, whatever. And I said, that's part of the problem they have. Instead of you now say, okay, because of that, what I heard, and I'm also inclined, I'm in that line, let me get inducted next time. They believe that they have, is it one time thing that will make you, even if they be that one, but they don't get the certificate. So you have the certificate, and you now have certificate. They don't get, they get only certificate. And you are going to get the soft copy. They will just record what they can. Some of them are snapping. But you have the soft copy. You take your time, study. Then you pack their lives, you impact them. But please help us after now. Appeal to those that you have out there that should please don't know I try you. I speak that one. Okay, they should just mellow a bit and just calm down. It's not intentional that will keep them there, but the situation that we have in hand says that we have to do something. Eventually, they'll be moved somewhere. But please help us later now. Appeal to them. They have a time we always make them come in, and that's when we are doing presentations. After your induction and you are being presented your certificates and all that, we say family support. So we'll tell them, they go and announce to them, they will now come around. When they announce anybody's name and you have your family around, they come. After your decoration, when you are with the president here, they will come, join you, snap, and all that. Then after we've done the group pictures outside, they also have enough time to start. Then you have been decorated. You have all that will show that you have been inducted, that they can do with you. I can understand some of them. I've been there and I saw them. And some of them are interested in the lectures. Don't just give them. I'm not saying you can't, But don't just give them. You make a light of the institute. I'm being frank with you. It will be as if not waiting that they hide now. We don't get so. No. It shouldn't be so. We are professionals. We should impact them, teach them something, but you don't have to deliver your lectures to them. It's not right. Is that okay? I will still friends. All right. Thank you very much for understanding. All right. Hello. Is that? They should pray for it and join it. Yes, there's the next time. Yeah, after now, we'll tell you this. You get the announcement of the next date. They can apply, they can join. It's important. Very soon, we'll go to exam. Very soon, they'll do exam. President, sir, am I right? Very soon, you sit for exam. Somebody that has not done exam for the past 30 years, you now come and do exam. You now say, Uncle number 4, what did you write? You say, you have been disqualified. Go outside. After you have paid for the exam, you send you out. People don't understand some of these things. It's not about, that's why I always say that thing. I love it. I teach it anywhere I go, any induction I do, any training I do training a lot and tell them, don't go for the certificate. That's why if I see you, anytime I'm doing things like this and you're outside, I'll tell you to go inside. What you came for is for the knowledge, not the certificate. You can buy certificates now. You can print your own self, do your own institute, print it. Only that when you present it where they can confirm, they will discard it that this one is Oyo certificate. But I mean, you're not Oyo state, but fake. So you understand that. So it's important that we get to understand this and we share within ourselves. Now, for those of you that don't have the jotters in your bags, can I see your hands? Can I see your hands? If your hand is not heavy, can you help me hold it a bit? Can somebody take care of those hands now? Take care of those. No. Why more hands are going up? No hand was up there before now. What happened? You are checking. They were unbelievers. They didn't believe me. Please keep the hand up so that they can take care of you. Please. Somebody go to the back now. Why are you doing the same place? Somebody go to the back. Yes. Thank you. Move. You leave her to do this one. You go to the back. Yes. Thank you. See, the hands are just going down. They are collecting their blessings. People like blessings. Thank you. That's okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. When we head, we have to quickly arrange for them to come so that you can have it. Thank you. All right. On this note, permit me to just run. I'm going to be inviting in your bags, the oath is there. And for those of you online, I'm sure they've sent the oath to you, but yet we are going to have it screened. You're going to see it on your screen. You can follow us while we run it. On this note, permit me to say we all be on. Okay, no, that's not my duty. I'm not doing that. Permit me to welcome the president, Dr. Sam Omoye. Please celebrate him as we come forward.
Please, may I have your attention? Why we read and take the oath? There's a portion there where you have ... There, you put your name, insert your name there when you are ready. This is not a secret society. It is just a pledge to the institute that you will abide by the rules and regulations of the institute. You are now ambassadors of the Institute. Anywhere you go, flaunt it, say it, display it, practice it, and God will help us all. The Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct, that is what I'm reading. The Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct describes the expectation that we have of ourselves and our fellow practitioners all over the world. It articulates the details to which we aspire as well in the behavior that are mandatory behaviors in our professional and voluntary roles. Therefore, as a member, I, is such a name, pledge to conduct myself professionally with truth, accuracy, fairness, and responsibility to the public, to pay my annual membership subscription